the Pinspiration Collaboration 2020, hosted by Kreationsby Kimber. This month, I was looking around in my Pinterest, and not too much was inspiring me this month, but I found something that I've been wanting to do, and I had never tried it, and part of the reason was I didn't have a particular thing that I needed, so I have it now. And I had forgotten I had posted this. So what I made is these tiny little coin envelopes, vintage coin envelopes. Now you can make them not vintage, but that's what this did. So I followed it the way the instructions were. Let me show you what I used. I used one 8.5 by 11 inch piece of crumb cake cardstock by Stampin' Up. I used Memento Tuxedo black ink. I also used basic black cardstock, but just scraps from Stampin' Up. I used Timeless Textures, this one and this one, on 2 of the envelopes, I believe. I used this and this, Tasteful Textures. This is current. This is retired. It went out of the catalog, the new catalog this past year. And on one of them, I used Sheet Music background stamp, which is also retired. So I used 1 current and 2 retired background stamps. And so here's the one that looks like Sheet Music. This one is from the current catalog called Tasteful Textures. And these 2 were from the retired one called Timeless Textures. Okay, now these are pretty easy. You do need a crocodile, which I bought from Genevers not too long ago. Now I had a crocodile, but I didn't have this kit with the nice little box with the brads, the eyelets. So this I finally know how to use, because I have the big honking, it's like a teal one, which is really pretty. Takes up a lot of room and sat here unused because I didn't know how to use it. There were no instructions with it or anything. I have instructions right in here, so I learned how to use it. Yay! Now, and then I also did use a 3/4 inch circle punch, which I believe is also retired now, unfortunately, from Stampin' Up. 1/2 inch would work also. 1 inch on this size envelope is too big, because I actually tried that first, and you can see it takes up a lot of room on there. I think it's a little too big, but 3/4 inch worked just right, I think. It's even a little big, but not really, because you need room to wrap the twine around. So they're very, very simple. I'm not going to do a tutorial now because the link will go to the tutorial, but that's how it is. This is the linen thread by Stampin' Up. It's in the current catalog, I think. I'm pretty sure. So current annual catalog, and you just wrap it around. Now you can also go crosswise, but you have to make sure that goes. So what you do basically is you cut these out. I should have left one well, I have one uncut. Hang on, unglued. Just 1 second, because I'll show you why. The first one I did is a boo-boo, and it is this one. And here's the boo-boo. I put this down too far, and I glued it on, glued it closed before I realized it. Look, it's right up at the flap. You can't use it. And I thought, well, maybe I could do that, but it's really close. I might be able to do that, cut the flap a little bit, or glue that under and salvage it. I don't know. I might just cut this off and make it be a I don't know what I'll do with that. Probably throw it in the trash. But anyway, that was my lesson learned. So then I learned that before you glue this all together, you take your 3/4 inch circle punches and you figure out where the placement should be with the bottom flap turned up but not glued yet. You need this bottom one to be closer to the bottom flap, almost like 1/4 inch away from it. So you have room for the linen thread, or she used hemp twine or something. You need good sturdy cardstock here. on these. This is 90 pound. You could probably do with 110 if you have it. So yeah. I don't know. I need to watch some other people do the closures because I'm not real happy with how she did. She just glued, which is what I did, wrap it around a little bit and glue the one piece of the top piece down under there. But the problem I had is you already had a little bit of glue on these before you put your brad in, and it interferes. And see, now I'm peeling this up and it's wrecking the circle. But you're not going to move this one. You're only going to move this one, and that works pretty well. So yeah, so that's all right as long as you aren't ruining. See, it's bending. It's not going under this flap here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so anyway, that was my boo-boo. So I ended up with 3 instead of 4, but out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch paper, you get, if you do it right, 4 of these tiny little coin policy envelopes. Now they're not going to fit a whole lot in there. They'll fit a tiny tag or whatever. I'll have to figure out how to make them bigger. I'm pretty sure I saw a while back that Perfectly Imperfect Crafts Cat has a policy envelope tutorial, so I may watch that at some point too and figure out how to make these bigger so you can fit more in them. I was thinking instead of cutting that sheet of paper into 4s, why not just cut it in half? I'm not sure if the sizing would be right, so I might have to see how to expand it to get, you know, the right dimensions, but just expand. There must be a program out there that allows you to do that. So anyway, that's my project for Pinspiration. I made basically 3 instead of 4 vintage style policy coin envelopes, and you could decorate this side however you want. I didn't do that yet because I don't know what project I'm going to use them in yet. I think they came out kind of cool. I don't like the music one as much, but it's okay. And with decorations on, it would be alright. And then these two I kind of like better. They're more vintagey looking, right? Yeah. So the black ink on the crumb cake does make a vintage look, craft and black kind of thing. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Please go check out all the other members of the collab and see what they came up with this time. Hopefully some more unique projects than what I did, but I'd never made these before, so I wanted to try it, and that's been out on my Pinspiration miscellaneous paper crafts board for quite a while now. So there we go. I made it. Yay. Talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.